Yo, what's up everybody? I hope you guys are amazingly well. I wanted to pop in here today to create this video for you guys to talk about the energy updates moving into the week of October the 16th. So, for those of you guys that follow astrology, I am not an astrologist, nor do I ever pretend to be, but we are moving out of the eclipse and the new moon energy that just transpired this past weekend. And this is an intense energy that we move through because we are literally shedding some of the dynamics of our soul's evolution that's been holding us back, let's say, through the mechanism of the human experience. And I say that because our soul never needs to be shed because it's always in pure alignment and light. It's us as the humans that tend to create the traumas, the experiences, the growth, the dynamics of this energy around us, this movement of energy in our world and our emotional states and our duality experience on Earth and the imprints of the Earth experience create these dynamic endeavors for our humanness to move through. But we, using the eclipse energy, are able to shed and really fully start to step into this next evolution of our soul's experience as we move through. So what's happening this week? And when I tapped in before I hit record on this video, it was to really remind us this week about integration. Where in your life, and this is really kind of fun, which is so interesting how it all comes together, is I teach a program every single month. It's a live program. Every month is different and a different energy. And this month's program is called Frequency. So really about new levels of calibration. And I'm channeling in light codes in different avenues that are needed to be remembered at this time in our energetic fields for us to move through as light warriors, as lightpreneurs, as light workers in the world. And this week for us is an integration week. So we have 10 days from the last call on Friday to the next call on Monday before we lean in more. And the period of time this week for us is to integrate the light codes that we have already activated in our field from the last 3 trainings that we had. So when I dropped in to create this video and they talk about integration this week and about really watching the flow within ourselves, I was like, of course it is, because it's in alignment with what I'm already teaching. And I love spirituality. I love spiritual evolution. I love spiritual awakening. I love the dynamics of our intuition floating through the world. And I follow and lead in this every single day. I don't know why I'm supposed to teach on certain days. I don't know why it's supposed to be like this. And I never question any of it. I just step in every time and deliver. Every single time, no matter what, if it's a masterclass, if it's a circle, if it's a program, whatever it is I'm teaching, it aligns in the energy of all the things flowing, or the world events, or what's happening out in the world. Just all of it comes together, and I watch this beautiful integration move through my field when I start to trust and lean into this intuition. So I'm not surprised when I said, what do you want me to share in connection with this week's energy, when it showed up as literally the energy of integration this week and honoring that. So what does this mean for you? What have you been up to over the last few weeks? What have you shed? What have you let go? What have you activated? And how do you play in that energy now this week? How do you bring it in deeper? How do you allow the body to start to integrate? What does the body need this week in order for you to pull in those light codes, that energy, to hold it, to be with it, to be in it, and start to play in that field of energy? Maybe you need to change supplementation or integrate certain foods or use certain movements. Maybe it's a quieting week for you in stillness, where meditation practices and hypnotherapy and reading are more inclined for you this week than it is for you to amplify. For me right now, the light codes of amplification and activation are moving through fully in my field. So for me, integration this week is gas pedal down. And I honor that and I flow within that. And I've had this conversation with myself before I hit record on this video about what does this week look like for you, for me? And what does this mean? And I literally walked into my bedroom, grabbed something to come out and record this video, and it was like, it's no bullshit week, Colleen. You have no excuses this week but to step in, to create, to move through, to execute. You have your plan, you know what you need to do. There is no procrastination or delay this week. This is all integration of energy, of activation and movement forward. And I can hold it. I'm game on for that. You know, I felt like last week I was kind of floating around, and I was staying at a girlfriend's place because they were away in Mexico watching her dog, and I was out of my element. I came back to my house and rooted in and could still serve in the energy I needed to serve in, but I felt like I was not in alignment. So this week's integration for me is getting back into my flow. So where is it for you? And holding that in your heart and understanding this isn't about self-sabotage. This isn't about procrastination. This isn't about letting yourself off the hook inside of this week. That's not what this is. This is about you getting honest about what you desire, what is really needed in your field this week, and honoring that. Where do you fit it in? How do you fit it into the mechanism that you're moving through? How do you move it through your field? How do you get that to shape with you? Because I feel like the next week coming up, especially as we move into the certain energy that we're evolving into, there's gonna need some heat behind it. And unless you're following the pull this week and whatever that is for you, it's gonna be challenging for you to hold and embody it if you do not start to lean into this week. So pay attention, move it through, allow yourself to feel it, to be in it, to be juicified in that field of energy so that you can move through it. Yeah, it's gonna be a really powerful week. I really feel this. And I just wanna say to you guys too, I really feel like we're recalibrating back into the roots of our lineages, into the roots of what's important. Stillness and quiet time and connecting to nature are key dynamics. And you've heard me talk about this. If you've been here a while, if this is your first video, welcome. But grounding energy and allowing ourselves to ground and to connect in deeper in these mechanisms within ourselves, within nature. We are nature as nature is us. We are one with all things, right? All people, all things, all animals, all beings, all energies, everything, right? And allowing ourselves to really tap into that, to connect into that, to be in that is such a key dynamic. So I realized that when I went for dinner today, I turned off the air conditioner and I am a little bit sweaty at this moment of time. So I'm gonna pop off. But I just want you to really feel that this week. Where do you need to integrate? What does this mean for you? How does it feel for you? And how do you move through this week really empowered to serve whatever that looks like in your space? Yeah, and if you guys have questions about it, comments, please feel free to just drop them in. I want to hear from you. I'm just starting to create some momentum back into YouTube and start to show up here. So I appreciate you guys. If you're watching this video, amazing. Thank you. Thank you.